The global EV revolution is possibly dealing with some massive setbacks right now. Picture this. You pull into your garage after a long commute, plug in your EV, and nothing. Not a single volt. It's not a dead battery. It's Beijing possibly pulling the plug on your future. On Tuesday, China decreed that 8 critical EV battery technologies can no longer exit its borders. Overnight, the electric car dream has become a high-stakes hostage crisis. This isn't a minor regulatory tweak. It's a strategic ambush on the core of green mobility. The heart of every EV battery, from cutting-edge cathode chemistry to precision metal refining processes, has just been locked behind export licenses and government approvals that can drag on for months. For years, China quietly assembled a battery empire. Sprawling mines, mega refineries, advanced chemical plants, and lab networks that now command over half of global battery output. By slamming its gates shut, Beijing forces every automaker to choose: pay an exorbitant fee for government blessing or revert to outdated, less efficient methods. The immediate fallout is brutal. In Japan, Nissan abruptly delayed its latest Leaf expansion, citing a sudden shortage of high-purity lithium compounds. In India, Tata Motors put its billion-dollar battery gigafactory on ice after equipment suppliers stalled in customs clearance. Across Europe, newly built megawatt-scale battery plants in Germany and Poland issued frantic compliance audits to Beijing. Terrified that essential electrolytes and precursor chemicals could be held at ports indefinitely. In the United States, energy storage firms, fresh off pledges of $100 billion under the Inflation Reduction Act, now warn their shiny new battery plants could turn into white elephants without reliable access to China's guarded processes. That's a slap in the face to America's Post-Inflation Reduction Act boom. Those federal incentives brought record investments in Michigan, Ohio, and Tennessee, promising to reshore a full battery supply chain. But the dream may collapse if U.S. factories can't source the recipes for next-generation cells. On Capitol Hill, the alarm bells are deafening. Senators from both parties are drafting emergency R&D bills and demanding countermeasures, possibly mirroring China's export curbs back at Beijing. The U.S. may soon wield its own licensing hammer on Chinese electric motor software and battery management systems. But beware. A tech Cold War risks fracturing the global EV market into rival camps, one under China's thumb, the other under U.S. protectionism. That split could send prices through the roof and shatter the green mobility surge. Automakers face a stark ultimatum: adapt or perish. Detroit's Big Three are scrambling to lock in joint ventures with Korean and European battery titans to bypass China's chokehold. Ford just inked a deal with CATL's European arm for F-Series cell supply, while Stellantis is fast-tracking partnerships in Italy and Germany. Startups chase China-free chemistries, silicon-dominant anodes, sodium-ion cells, even aluminum-air prototypes. But scaling these breakthroughs from lab benches to highways is a multi-year gamble, not a quick fix. Consumers are already paying for this showdown. Lease deals on popular EV models are shrinking, and sticker prices have climbed 5 to 8% over the last quarter as automakers swallow higher component costs. The era of $30,000 electric cars? It could, emphasis could, be slipping through our fingers. Yet, hope flickers. Europe's fledgling battery alliance is stockpiling raw material reserves in Africa and Latin America. The U.S. Department of Energy is funding a battery passport system to trace every cathode from mine to module, ensuring no forbidden tech slips through the cracks. In Shanghai, giants like CATL and BYD salute their home field advantage as they expand overseas, offering cut-price EVs that Western rivals can't match. Their command center quietly celebrates every container loaded, with the crucial know-how still tucked safely inside China's borders. But every fortress has a gate. Insiders reveal that foreign partners willing to establish Chinese-based joint ventures, sharing IP, meeting local R&D quotas, and hiring domestic talent can still win export licenses. It's a ruthless game of pledge fealty or get locked out. Back in Detroit, boardrooms hum with contingency plans. GM scouts sites for a new, tech-only R&D hub where engineers reverse engineer Chinese cell designs. Ford accelerates its battery innovation network, luring European experts to Detroit's labs. Meanwhile, startup hubs in Arizona and Nevada race to develop alternative battery chemistries that evade China's grip. Some aim for silicon-dominant anodes that promise 20% more range. Others bet on sodium-ion cells that rely on abundant, non-restricted materials. Policy debates are heating up. Should the U.S. slap counter-curbs on Chinese EV exports, or focus on shoring up domestic manufacturing with more subsidies and tax breaks? Lawmakers are split, but the urgency is clear. Every day, wasted hands China another decisive lead. Global automakers without a plan risk obsolescence. Toyota, long a cautious follower, has doubled its Japanese-based battery investment and is exploring partnerships in Australia's mining belt. Hyundai, facing its first profit squeeze in years, is scouting rare earth deposits in South America. China's strategic play is to ride out the storm at home while cementing its overseas footprint. As its battered competitors flounder, CATL is breaking ground on new battery parks in Hungary and Thailand. BYD is deepening sales channels in South America and the Middle East, markets that once welcomed low-cost Chinese EVs, now hungry for any supply they can get. But this isn't just an auto industry clash, it's a geopolitical battle. Control of battery technology is control of the next energy revolution. Whoever dominates the battery supply chain wields immense power over global decarbonization efforts. Why can't everyone just love and share? Analysts warn that a fractured EV market could stall progress on climate goals. Higher costs and limited model choices might slow consumer adoption, pushing the world back toward fossil fuel vehicles just when every fraction of a percentage in emissions reduction counts. Yet some see a silver lining. This crisis could finally galvanize long overdue reforms in supply chain resilience. Companies might diversify sourcing across multiple continents, build strategic stockpiles, and collaborate on open-source battery technologies to reduce reliance on any single nation. In boardrooms from Detroit to Tokyo, executives now ponder a new mantra: China +1, +2, +3. No longer can we bet everything on a single country or technology. The future belongs to those who build truly global, resilient supply chains. Time is running out. Licensing deadlines loom, and every policy tweak from Beijing or Washington will send ripples across factories, labs, and showrooms worldwide. Will the U.S. counterpunch with its own export controls? Will Europe formalize a China-free battery standard? Or will automakers find a delicate balance, co-opting China's innovations under new joint venture rules? Only one thing is certain: the next decade of electric mobility will be decided not just on the roads, but in the diplomatic backrooms, corporate boardrooms, and research labs that race to crack open the battery puzzle. Stay with us. We'll keep you updated in the important things going on in the car industry. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section and help us get to 10 subscribers. If I got anything wrong in this video, please everyone know in the comments. It should be largely accurate.